What is going on, everybody? What is going on? I go by RB, and this is Philly Take with RB. You guys know what it is, man. Obviously wasn't planning on doing another live stream today, but I wanted to come talk to you guys, for a little bit. Obviously, I appreciate all you guys that came out last night to the live stream. It was really fun. We had a good 30, 40, 50 people in there throughout the whole 2 hours. We had a lot of fun, man. But today, obviously, I uploaded a couple videos as well yesterday. If you guys didn't check them out, go ahead and do that as well. But I uploaded the videos and we also streamed last night. So I wasn't really planning to upload anything today. Not much going on. But I've had a rough day, man. It's been a little rough. I'm not going to lie. Just some things here and there going on. Nothing crazy. It's just been one of those days. And, me, I try to make every day positive. So I figured, might as well come on here and talk to my subscribers for a little bit. So I just got home a little while ago. I was out earlier, but I was reading the news about the NBA and about what Woj was saying on Twitter about how the NBA is planning to resume operations in late July, or at least they're trying to do that. They're setting up meetings, and we could potentially see NBA basketball in late July. And I want to talk about with you guys what your thoughts are, and also what impact this will have on sports as a whole. Will we see all of the major sports come back? Will we be able to see our teams contend for playoff berths and try to win a championship? There is a good topic to talk about, but I appreciate you guys who came out last night, like I said, and it's good seeing you guys on here. There's 4 people in here right now. Just got some links to pull up. I just wanted to talk for a little while. Nothing crazy, like I said, but I've been reading all the news pieces, and I will say there are some interesting things going around the internet right now. There's some interesting things going around right now. Let's see. Well, we got 4 people in here. What's going on, Born 5? Michael Morin, how's it going, RB? Hope your day is going well. Appreciate you, man. It's been a little bit of a rough day, but like I said, try to turn everything into positives. Coming on here, talking to the subscribers. What is going on, bro? What's going on, Born 5? How you doing, my boy? Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for the live stream yesterday. Go Birds. Absolutely, bro. Like I said, every single Friday, we're going to be streaming more than once a week. Hopefully soon. And we're going to get some of the subscribers on as well. We're going to get other YouTubers as well. But like I said, man, I just wanted to talk today about basketball and about sports. And I want to also get your guys' thoughts in a little bit. But to start off, as I'm looking here on Twitter, earlier today, Ramona Shelburne put out a tweet. And it was a quote from NBA spokesman Mike Bass on negotiations with Disney. So apparently, the NBA is trying to structure a deal with Walt Disney World that would allow the NBA and their players and their teams, coaches, everyone to stay in ESPN Wide World of Sports complex. I've been there before. I've seen the place. They have nice facilities. I even have the pictures I'm looking at here. But they're trying to get together a deal that would allow them to stay in there and, live there and everything, and just have one destined location to resume the season, probably play. Well, obviously, have like a training camp, a couple weeks, play, 7-10 games maybe, and then jump right into the playoffs. But they're talking about late July, and that could go both ways for some people. We'll get into my thoughts in just a few minutes. But this quote here from Mike Bass, like I said, NBA spokesperson, he said, "The NBA, in conjunction with the National Basketball Players Association, is engaged in exploratory conversations with the Walt Disney Company about restarting the 2019-2020 NBA season in late July in Disney's ESPN Wide World of Sports complex in Florida as a single site for an NBA campus for games, practices, and housing. Our priority continues to be the health and safety of all involved, and we're working with public health experts and government officials on a comprehensive set of guidelines to ensure that appropriate medical protocols and protections are in place." Now, I want to get your guys' thoughts on this, man. I want to get your guys' thoughts. There's a few people in here right now. Again, this wasn't planned or anything, but I wanted to come and talk to you guys. So I appreciate you being in here. Let me know your guys' first thoughts. What do you think about a potential return of the NBA season in late July in Disney World? Like, what would that look like to you? What do you think? What do you think about that? Because me personally, Augie, hey RB, I just came in to say hi, but I gotta head out for the stream. Good luck on your stream today. Thanks. It's nothing crazy. We're just talking for a little bit about the NBA, about some news. Nothing crazy going on today. But in terms of this NBA stuff, man, let me tell you, it would be pretty crazy to see my favorite players walking around Disney World getting ready for NBA games. It would be really weird. Now, obviously, like they said, the safety comes first. How is everything going to work out? Obviously, they can't bring, games and all that back into play until they make sure that everyone is tested and one guy could really spark this thing up again, and then we could be in for a second wave. Like, you never know. And it could get really hectic right away. So they really have to make sure that everything is level and everything is safe. Then when they come back, me as a sports fan, I talked about this before, it would be very hard to see games with no fans, and then to see them in one location in a Disney World gym at the ESPN complex. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. It's kind of bugging me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yes, obviously I would be happy that NBA basketball is back, but in another aspect, like, I wanted to feel like the NBA atmosphere. I wanted to feel like real games. And say we come back and we play 5 games, 10 games, and we jump right into the playoffs, like, how would that look? And just really, how would they be able to put that together? Because what about these teams with momentum, right? Like Milwaukee or the Clippers or the Lakers, everything was just cut. And now it's like, dang, like, imagine jumping right back into the season like we never left. Obviously, teams are going to be different. The chemistry, some of it's going to be off, and to me, it might take more than 5 to 10 games to really get back into game shape. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? The Sixers would be better. I mean, I think they would too, as long as they're, working together and training during this off time. Who knows? I mean, I see Ben Simmons streaming on YouTube. Joel Embiid's doing his thing. Brett Brown, Elton Brand talking in interviews. Who really knows, man? Philly Boy 215, are they going to have like speakers to seem like there are fans at the games? That would be a good idea. I don't know if it would happen though. From what I've read, they just really want to play with empty stadiums, and like, they would really let you hear on TV like guys trash talking and all this stuff. It would be a weird experience to say the least. But Woj commented on that tweet that I read you guys from the NBA spokesperson, and he said the NBA plans to resume the 2019-2020 season are taking shape. So I really think when guys like Woj are commenting on this, it's getting some traction under it. Now, NBA could come back. MLB, I have a good feeling like they've been talking about, some of the players who don't want to play, but in the end, these owners will not settle for not having a season. It said they would lose like hundreds of millions of dollars. And just knowing, from that business person's standpoint, they do not want to lose money, especially that much money. And then they have to pay the players as well. Like, it's not going to go well for these owners if guys are trying to hold out and not play. So I really do think that we will see an MLB season, especially now. I'm saying, I think NBA is the first domino to fall. If they come back and the NBA is like, okay, we're gonna have these games in Disney World and all that. We heard about NHL, right? They have like the 24-team playoff format coming up or whatever. I think that's gonna be put and set into stone. If those two get kicked off, you can be for sure that MLB will start probably in sometime in July. Now, I think these would all start around the same time. It'd be crazy. It'd feel like another opening day. And then NFL would obviously start in September. I'm hoping that the NFL, no matter what, I'm hoping that the NFL gets to have a full regular season. Nothing gets messed up, because as long as we get one of these full seasons, I feel like I'll be happy. In terms of this NBA, I really just don't know how I feel. Like, Do I want to see a team come back? I feel like there would be an asterisk next to the team that wins a championship. You know what I'm saying? Because it won't feel like a championship. It won't feel like, oh, okay, like that team had made the run the whole season. It's like, no, they came back after the pandemic and, other teams kind of lost their stride. That's how I feel some teams would look at it. But look, all I'm saying is that this is pretty crazy. I do think the NBA is the domino effect. I think if the NBA comes back, we're going to see all of these sports come back. It's crazy because I really thought at one point it was like, okay, the NBA season, it's done. Like, it's that time. We're going to shut it down. You can say goodbye. And then from there, each sport will be gone except football. But at this point, I'm kind of starting to feel like all these sports leagues and everything are really working to get these back on track. And I think it'll end up happening. I really do at this point. Are we going to talk Eagles? I mean, we might talk Eagles, but we'll probably just, right now, we're probably just talking the sports in general. Like I said, nothing crazy. I just wanted to see your guys' thoughts about potentially having sports come back and what you would think about it. But we might touch on a few things. Facts, it wouldn't feel right if we won the chip. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it would be very weird if the NBA comes back and we play, like 10 games and a team goes on a hot run and wins a chip. It's just not going to feel right. I saw an article I was reading and they were saying, like, what happens with some of the teams at the bottom of the conference, like the Knicks or the Warriors? Like, do they just stay home? Does the NBA figure out a format? 30 teams. Do they pick the top 24 teams? Do they pick the top 20 teams and just say, okay, these teams will have 7-10 games to compete for the top 8 spots? And do they just let the other teams just stay home? Because looking at the standings, the Warriors are already eliminated. They have 15 wins? They're already eliminated. So what would be the point of having a team like that come back into play? A lot of things go into this to think about, but it would be pretty interesting. Mr. Cartoon, NBA will be back. They will do it in Vegas. That was the original plan that I heard about, having a couple sites in Vegas and maybe some other places to play. But overall, I don't know. It feels like they're getting this Disney thing on track, and it could end up happening. I'm not going to lie. They said the Board of Governors has a meeting next Friday to discuss this. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Lakers will win versus the Bucks 4-2. I do agree that the Lakers are a good team, and it sucks that they've had their season, kind of hit right here in the middle. But I would not be surprised if sports come back and you see one of these sleeper teams. Like, let me look at the standings. If they were to bring back 22 to 24 teams and say, okay, we got to compete, right? I wouldn't be surprised we see the Houston Rockets or a team, one of the lower teams in the lower half of their respective conference just go on a hot run, because you really would not be certain. You would not know what kind of shape these guys are in, and it takes time to get your feet under you. But I could definitely see a team getting hot and going on a run. It'd be pretty interesting. Do you think Ben is still hurt? No, I don't think Ben is hurt. I think he's really getting back into game shape, and I think Ben Simmons is he's going to be pretty good whenever basketball returns. I do think Ben and Joe can win together. I saw an article earlier today. It really pissed me off. I might end up making a little rant video about it. It was about a Ben Simmons proposed trade, because they said Ben and Joe couldn't win together. And you guys will never guess what team they were talking about sending Ben Simmons. So it really pissed me off. It's crazy what people are doing for clicks nowadays in a tough time, to talk sports and cover sports and write about sports. And some of the stuff I'm reading is crazy, dude. 76ers can't even beat the Celtics, Raptors, or Bucks. Sorry, I don't agree with that. I think the Sixers have a very good shot at beating the Celtics. Made a video about that. The Bucks, we would have a shot, even though, it would be hard to stop Giannis for sure. The number one thing would be about shooting. Can we have consistent shooting in some of the games? If we do, I believe we could beat any of these teams. Obviously, the Raptors are hard. Just the way they play defense, they would put a lot of strain on the Philadelphia 76ers. But I would give the Sixers a chance against anyone just because of the circumstance, just because there would be a different feel and a different environment. I would give any team a chance, honestly. It would be very weird. Sorry, Philly. Other than Embiid, the team is weak. Gotta trade Simmons. I disagree 100%. Ben Simmons is going to be a top three player in the NBA one day. You can mark my words, you can count on it. Once Ben Simmons starts shooting the ball, there's nothing you are going to be able to do to stop him. Guys already know what he is trying to do, and they still cannot stop Ben Simmons. They still can't stop Ben Simmons. His potential is out the roof. Continues to get better. Let's not forget. Come on, 23 years old. Stop it. Stop it. I like Milton a lot, though. He is very good. I like Shake Milton, too. I think he's going to develop, be a future piece here for the Sixers, unless he was used in some kind of trade bait, because I do expect the Sixers to go out and try to acquire maybe a combo type guard in the summer. So there'll be a lot of guys that we could use as trade bait. Memphis Grizzlies versus Lakers game playoffs. Yeah, the Grizzlies would end up playing the Lakers. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Grizzlies could even be a team to go on a run in the playoffs. Like, it's just whatever team comes back and gets hot right away. And it would be hard. Like, some of these top teams might not have that stride that they had before. I mean, Milwaukee was pretty much untouchable before the season went down. Like, just the way they were playing, 53-12, like, Milwaukee was just on some type of run. It was crazy. Like, I really felt Milwaukee would be back probably in the finals. Or, not back in the finals, but back deep in the playoffs, and would get to the finals this time, knowing how that team is playing, knowing how they have a shooter at every freaking position. Every depth piece is a shooter. Like, Milwaukee is a strong team, but coming back, I'm telling you, it takes time to get into that rhythm. No, the team is inconsistent. Sorry, I don't know why you guys paid Tobias Harris like that. My reasoning for us paying Tobias Harris is because we lost Jimmy Butler and we didn't want to lose both Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris. So Elton Brand paid the premium. He knew that if he lost both of those guys, we wouldn't have a good shot of getting one of these other star pieces. And he knows Philly would go crazy because we would basically go back to what we had a few years back when it was just Ben and Joe. So I think he overpaid in order to prevent us losing from Tobias. Now, I don't get that one, why he paid that much for Al Horford. I understand the landscape of what he was looking at, but it definitely overpaid for Al Horford. It doesn't look good right now, that's for sure. Toronto Raptors versus Memphis Grizzlies, final NBA game, September 1st, 2020. That'd be crazy, and that actually brings up a good point, because if the NBA season does resume in July, and it goes, a month or two, the season cannot start in October, November. No, they're going to have to delay next season and maybe make like a 50, 60 game season for next year. So that would be interesting to see what they do with that as well. It's going to push everything back. Even some of the other sports could be pushed back, and it's just a whole mess. It's just a whole mess. I really don't know what is going to happen at this point. I'm looking at ESPN Wide World of Sports here. It looks, they have some good basketball facilities. Kyle Lowry, speaking of the Raptors, he said he's been working out in Philly and could return to Toronto and have to be quarantined for 2 weeks without a guarantee that Canadian regulations would let him use the team facility. So, like I said, every team, every district, there are specific guidelines that have to be followed. And at this point, it's really hard. Like, in a little bit of time, they got to figure out a way to mesh everything together. And I think it's going to be very hard to put together. But the way they're talking about this thing, and knowing all the money that goes into this, I just have a feeling that they're going to try to figure something out within the next couple of weeks. They were talking about, June 1st, having guys report back to their teams. It's going to get pretty interesting, guys. Philadelphia Eagles should be the next dynasty team. I think they will be. I think the Eagles have a chance to build something very special, given what they are doing, rebuilding in such a short time, gathering all these pieces together. I have a feeling the Eagles are trying to build for the future as well, for something special. So that's a good point there. Winning multiple Super Bowls. I love it, man. I hope that the Eagles are in that position, and I believe if everyone is healthy, Carson Wentz can be the guy to bring them there. He can be the guy to set things on track. So I like that, man. Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. Jalen Hurts is the truth. Come on, man. Don't tell me you don't believe in Wentz. Don't tell me you don't believe in Wentz. Come on, stop it. Jalen Hurts might be the truth. He's going to be holding a clipboard for a majority, if not all, of the season. But like I said, he's an Eagle. I respect him. But don't doubt Carson Wentz, man. People should not be leaving the States. I agree, man. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like a lot of people are not taking this as serious as it needs to be. Like, I was out earlier today, and just the amount of people that are outside just really not, giving the respect that it deserves to the situation to other people as well. I mean, if they were to I don't think they would be able to let fans back into these games, but even if they did, like, I'm telling you, just one could spark everything up. Imagine if another player were to get it, like, everything could just explode back, and then what? They cancel the season again? Like, I'm telling you, they're not going to fire on all cylinders until everything is safe. And if it takes to late July, it's going to be pretty weird sitting back wearing a tank top in the middle of summer watching basketball games. It's going to be pretty interesting. Imagine people going to the basketball games wearing, tanks, shorts, and it'll be weird, man. It'll be really weird. Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. Jalen Hurts the true NBA draft September 11th. And that's a good point as well, Glenn. Appreciate you for your insight. The NBA draft, I have these NBA draft videos to make. I made one about a potential prospect for the Sixers. A whole bunch of people have been asking me to make them, but I don't want to start too early because, say the draft, like, I still haven't heard. I know the lottery got pushed back, but the draft is still remaining to be pushed back. So I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, the draft has to be after the lottery, but they're waiting to see when the season will resume to then decide when the lottery will be set for. So when that happens and they set a date, I'll start making these draft videos. But until then, it's kind of like I'm stuck, like there's not much going on. I can't really go ahead and make all these videos because things could change depending on if we have the rest of the season, depending on if these guys, these draft prospects have, workouts and everything. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to measure. I like the Eagles going the mobile quarterback route. I love the Vic days. Yeah, I mean, so do I, but let's not forget Carson Wentz can be mobile as well. He's going to be designing a lot more. He's going to get a lot more rollouts designed for him. He's a great quarterback on a run as long as he's smart and he's safe and he's healthy, and as long as he goes down and slides and he just uses his brain a little bit. He has all the talent in the world. The potential is there. But when we know Carson Wentz has that competitive edge to him, he likes to take get that one extra yard and send his shoulder into a defender. He can't do that, man. Cannot do that. NBA bring people 10 fans. NBA all games, good idea. I mean, yeah, as long as they're, spaced out and everything, I'm sure they'll be able to have like people close to them as well as some of the executives in there. Obviously, the media somehow, some way will find their way in. But I don't know. It's going to have to be some strict guidelines. And I don't know. This thing is just vicious, like the way it spreads. And like I'm saying, they don't want to pull the trigger until they know for sure what is going to happen. You know what I mean? But I want sports to come back, but I want it to feel authentic. I don't want to watch really games in Disney World with no fans and just feel like I'm watching a practice scrimmage or something like that. Like I wanted to have that feel. I mean, the Sixers were 29-2 at home. That's kind of really what kept them going this year. We're underperforming, but the way we played at the Wells Fargo Center was just second to none. And if we were to lose that home field advantage or whatever you want to call it, it's going to be rough for the Sixers. It is. Do you think Sam Hinkie was a good GM? I think Sam Hinkie was a good GM. Obviously, he kind of went against the system, so they kind of outed him a little bit too early, and the Sixers were forced to fire him. But as we see now, I mean, he sacrificed himself for the pieces that we have now. And, I mean, it sucks. It sucks that it had to happen that way, that he kind of had to set the precedent. But it happened. now we have who we have, and hopefully Elton figures this thing out. I mean, I like his aggressiveness. I like how he's been over the first couple of years, but obviously some things don't work out. And just like this year, he's going to have to do a little bit of restructuring. He's going to have to figure some stuff out with the cap in order to get the Sixers team in position to make a title run next season. Excited to see a fresh Sixers start with Shake, Joel, Ben Tobias, and Matisse playing at once. Bring Horford off the bench. I agree. I think Al Horford will benefit a lot more off the bench if he is still here. Matisse Thybulle, like you said, I think Matisse should be untouchable with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I really like what I see from him going forward into the future. We only need a couple pieces, and we need a better system, guys. We need a better system. If we get that all figured out, I'm telling you, we will be a top force in the East for years to come. This Sixers team, I'm waiting for it. Like, I've seen the Phillies win a World Series. I've seen the Eagles win a Super Bowl. I'm waiting on these Sixers to go ahead and make that push. And I know they can do it as Ben develops, as Joel develops. I'm really excited. Disney World is a really large place. I wonder, though, will the NBA play some regular season games there, or will they jump right into the playoffs? What's up, Cowboy X Factor? Appreciate you stopping by. I think from what I was reading, they were talking about potentially playing like 5, 7, or 10 games there and then hopping right into the playoffs. And we were talking about how that would feel. I mean, to me, it would be hard for a team to get their momentum because sometimes it takes more than 10 games to go ahead and do that and really build that chemistry, those relationships that you need, and just have that trust in each other. So it would be really weird to see guys finishing the season in Disney World and then jumping right into the playoffs. It kind of wouldn't feel real. But hopefully somehow, some way they would be able to figure that out. What do you think happens to Brett if he makes it to the third round? So I'm guessing you're talking about the Eastern Conference Finals. I think he would still be gone. Obviously, it would be, more focused on how we play. If we go down with a fight, there might be a chance. But overall, like I said, he was hired during the process days. He was that good, kind of scapegoat for us. But at this point, like, we're ready to take that next step. And I just don't think he's the guy. He's not the worst coach, but he's not the guy to go ahead and take us to that next step. So we'll see what happens. But either way, I think they're really going to be evaluating him heavy this off season. At this point, we're almost at a half hour. Appreciate anyone who has stopped by. Nothing crazy. Like I said, didn't plan this. Just was having a rough day. Wanted to come on and talk to you guys. Didn't upload anything, but we're only going to go a few more minutes here. I want to get your guys' take, though. So if you have any comments or questions or any predictions for everything, let me know right now. Now is the time. I want to hear from you guys. Kara, what's going on? How are you doing today? Nice Saturday night. Hope everything is well with you. I agree. Brett has been getting on my nerves. I agree, man. It's been too long now. A couple of years now. Can't manage the clock. Doesn't put the guys in the right situations. Our guys are not held accountable. They don't come out with the same type of energy every single night. And yeah, I'm getting tired of it because we have the talent to win a championship. We do. I agree, Brett Brown is pretty much NBA Finals or bust at this point for Philly Sixers, in my opinion. But I do wonder if he gets to the Eastern Conference Finals, will his job be safe? I agree. I think he would have to make that kind of run to be able to retain his job. And for some reason, I just get that feeling like even if he makes it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't think I just have a feeling that he will not be here next year. And I'll be happy. I'm excited to take that next step. I think he's shown what he can do with the level of talent we have. I mean, we even had more talent last year with Jimmy Butler, and we saw how that resulted. But like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. You look bummed. I mean, yeah, Kara, it's just been a chill day. I've been having a rough day. I was talking about this earlier. Just you have those days here and there where just everything seems to go wrong. It's nothing crazy, but it's just like even the little things just irritate you. That's the kind of day it has been today, and I wasn't able to get a video out, so I just wanted to talk with you guys for a little bit, see how you guys were doing, and try to turn something into a positive, as I always try to do with every day. But thank you for that. I will send you funny memes in a bit. Bet. I need them. I need them. I mean, everything. If you guys want to know some of what has happened today, like first, I go out, I go to ShopRite, and like people are just acting like savage animals at this point. It's just so annoying. And a couple other things happened. Like I was on the phone with Comcast, like just getting people that don't know, what they're talking about. It's been rough. It's been rough. But I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. Did you hear Donovan Mitchell does not trust Rudy Gobert? Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. I feel like he was serious about that. Like there's some kind of beef. Um, there's some kind of beef within the Utah Jazz. Like I would be pissed at Rudy Gobert as well. Like um the what he did, like the way he was acting so childish, and just like obviously he was the first one, things would have escalated, the season would have been done anyway at that point, but like just acting like a little kid. Like there are so many people, right? There are, kids that watch the NBA and they watch what he did, and he was trying to be all funny and everything, touching the microphones. If I was Donovan Mitchell and I got it from him too, I would be pissed as well. I would be pissed as well. So I totally see where Donovan's coming from. If he can't restore that relationship with Rudy Gobert, I mean, I wouldn't blame him at this point. I wouldn't. Savage animals that sound like some of my peers commenting on your videos. I appreciate that, Cowboy X Factor. The stream was really good last night. We had a lot of Eagles fans pop out. There were some Cowboys fans in there. Some of you guys are objective. I appreciate some of you guys, but some of them are so delusional. Been checking my comments all day. There's still people commenting on my draft reaction videos that are Cowboys fans, that are just like weird people, Just weird people. Like some of them just get so butthurt over nothing. Nothing. And it makes me laugh. It's pretty funny to me. They get pretty bad. Yes, they do. People are just acting weird at this point. Like I understand it's kind of getting to my head too, like being stuck inside the house and everything. Um, but some people are just acting weird. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching like other YouTube people, and some of them are just like clout chasing. Some of them are like trying to come at others like for no reason. Like it's just a weird time. It really is weird. Some people just need to take a step outside and take a nice stroll around the block. Clear your head. I've been walking miles every single day, just trying to relax, just trying to get some fresh air. Been watching games 2, 3, and 7, 2001 Raptors Sixers all day. I love it, dude. I love it. I've been watching old games as well, but at some point it's just like I revert to watching highlights, and at some point it just kills me. I was really enjoying the MJ documentary. Obviously, there's no more like tomorrow or anything. Um, but I've just been watching different things, trying to really get myself in the sports spirit, having that hope that it will come back soon. But it's just like I just needed to hurry up. Like the days have felt weird. The days feel long, but they feel short at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain. I even saw one that said Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl and getting ring 6, and I'm like, come on, they have not even been to an NFC Championship game. I appreciate your honesty. Like, people keep commenting on my stuff saying the Cowboys are going 16-0. The Cowboys are automatically winning Super Bowl. Like you said, they have not even touched the NFC Championship since 1995. Like, stop. Some of them just need to stop, be put in their place, and that's what I'm here for. I've been playing Madden games. Me too. I've been playing 2K a lot. It's been pretty good, talking my smack hitting some people on the sticks. It's been pretty fun. It's been the closest thing to sports I can do, other than shoot basketballs in the driveway. But I feel the same way, stuck in house all day by myself. It's crazy, dude. It's like that the hour that I spend outside walking around just getting some fresh air, it really helps. It really does. At some point I feel like I'm going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? Same old things. It's crazy. It really is. Um but we are at 36 minutes. Appreciate you guys that have stopped by. Be sure to hit that like button. If you guys have any final comments, let me know. What I will say, though, just to wrap up this short live stream, it's been good talking to you guys. Talking about this topic in specific, I really think there are plans in motion to get the NBA back. And if the NBA comes back, I think the NHL comes back. I think MLB comes back. I think football will come back. And as long as they put the right precautions in place, if there are any people that attend these games, as long as they're following the guidelines and everything comes together and meshes as a collective, I think it is possible we could see sports by late July, as they're saying. And whichever way it works, I'll be happy to see sports back. But I also want it to have that authentic sports feel to it. If it doesn't, it's going to be very weird how they, plan what's going to happen if they play a few games, go into the playoffs. It's all going to be obviously uncharted territory. And whatever happens, I'll be glad to talk sports. I'm going to try to keep pumping out this content every day. Obviously, we're going to live stream more, collab with other YouTubers, collab with subscribers on the road to 2K. Appreciate you guys. But besides that, I guess I'm just going to chill, have a good rest of the day. All of you guys do the same. I've been playing basketball. Yeah, me too. I've been trying to, even though they've kind of messed with the courts. They don't even want you going to the basketball courts. I play with the Eagles on Madden. So do I. I love playing Madden. Love playing 2K. Even hopped back on the Fortnite a little bit, which was crazy. But I've been playing sports games. If you guys got PlayStation, don't be afraid to hit me up, man. Always willing to play with people. You to go, RB. Shout out to you, Tristan. Appreciate you, bro. But all you guys that are in here right now, appreciate you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you guys have a great week. Be expecting a live stream, obviously on Friday, and maybe sooner, depending on what happens. And if you guys got anything else that you want to add, be sure to check out my latest videos. Like I said, I dropped 2 yesterday in a live stream. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, show love, and I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. But with that being said, you already know, man, it's RB. I go by RB, and this is Philly Take with RB. All you guys, have a great rest of the night. Catch you on the next one. Peace.